Welcome back to Cooking with Kaski. My name is Ty, and today we're making 4 dishes that have all been inspired by different pop artists. And this is kind of because, well, I'll get into that later, why it was inspired by pop artists and why we're making this. I'll let 2 special guests talk about that later on. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, our first dish is going to be kebabs. We're just going to be doing simple chicken kebabs. Right after the kebabs, we're going to be making pizza, more specifically a meatlovers pizza, but process is still same up to a certain point. So if you didn't watch my previous video, what I'm doing here is I'm just flouring the dough and just making, and what the flour does is making sure it doesn't stick. That's kind of all it does. Once again, I'm going to be doing kind of the crust thing, where with your palm of your hand, you just make a crust all the way around. That's pretty good. Alright, right after you make the crust, what you're going to do is you're just going to flatten out the dough some more. So what I grabbed was a wooden pin roller, and all I'm going to do here is just roll it out and just try to spread it out as much as I can to give us enough space and to get rid of all the air bubbles that are going to be in it. Gonna make the crust go all the way around, just spread it out. Nothing too fancy. All you're doing here is just trying to spread it out and make it as big as you can. Alright. We good enough? Alright, next up after the pizza, we're going to have salmon. For the salmon, I did a couple things. First off, I had a recipe that I got from Nate Rosario's father. And what it called for was teriyaki sauce with liquid smoke and minced garlic. And I marinated one of those, one of the fillets of salmon, which I have 3 of, for about 6 hours, 3 on each side. And then the other one, so it was just one. The other one I did just marinate for a little bit, not too long, maybe just like a couple minutes. And the last one I kind of left untouched, because I wanted to see the difference and get people's honest opinions about it. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just seasoning with salt and pepper back and forth, not doing anything crazy, just seasoning them on before I put them on the grill, which I'll be putting them on the grill for about 4 minutes on each side, hopefully. Yeah, about 4 would probably be the right amount, because cooking time is anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, so I think 4 on each side would be about perfect. And I'm leaving the skin on because reasons. So kind of after the salad, the final dish that we're going to be making today is going to be pasta Alfredo. And with the pasta Alfredo, what you want to do is you want to put in about a cup of heavy cream. I put a little bit too much here. And then after that, you put 2 tablespoons of butter, and you let that sit. I'm putting 3 because when I messed up with the heavy cream, I thought this might be able to, you know, fix the problem, and it should even out. You'll see how that goes, how that works later on, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, yeah, just let it reduce for a while, put it on medium to low heat. It'll start kind of foaming up, but then later on it'll reduce to about half the size. Once you put half the size, then what you'd want to do then is you want to put in half a cup of cold, specified cold heavy cream. Once you put that in, that's a good signal for you to then put in the pasta. And once again, I'm not showing you guys how to make the pasta, mainly because I think you guys know how to do it. I don't want to bore you with like, oh yeah, this is how you boil the water, yeah. But if you want to check out the proper recipe and more in-depth guide, please check out Cooking with Babish. He's an amazing person. I've watched him all the time. I added salt and pepper. You don't have to, you can though. But what I'm also adding is Parmesan cheese, cut enough until you feel like it. But yeah, I'm just putting that in there, and I'm just stirring it up and mixing up all the ingredients together. And yeah, check them out if you want to learn more how to do this in more steps, because I'm kind of doing like the rough show of it. While that's sitting there, we're gonna move on to the grill, and on the grill we're just gonna check out the salmon, see how it's doing, and if need be, we're just gonna flip it and turn it so that it can get on its backside, because For the salmon, what I did was I did face first, and the face first, what you do for that, you just want to leave it for a couple minutes just so it has a nice sear on it, as well as cooking it a bit. But on the final step is when you want to turn it onto its back, and from then on you just leave it there for the rest of the time. And also how you can tell if salmon's done or not is by how easy it is to get off the grill. Because if you try forcing it, that's how you know, okay, it still needs more time. But if it slides right off, that's a good indicator, like, okay, this is done, time to move on this back. And that's also why when people do skin on fish, all they have to do is get a spatula and go right under the skin, and it will come straight off. There won't be any struggle, it'll just come straight off. Okay, now that we got everything, the pizza, salmon, kebabs, Alfredo, we're good to go. Dog. Now is the time when we go and hand out the food and see their reactions to them. Yeah.
Okay. Can I steal the salmon?
What'd you think of the food, Spencer?
It was really good.
Good, this is totally not scripted at all. We
Yeah,
got
I know.
this.
It was amazing.
Tyler, Mr. President,
It was good.
Do you endorse the food?
I do endorse the food.
do I now get a grant from the government?
What?
Yes.
We got confirmation from your secretary.
Yes.
Thank you. Now it's time for the interview with All Kinds of Trouble with Mya and Trinity.
So out of those dishes, which one was your favorite that you had?
Oh, I think my favorite has to be the salmon.
It was really good.
Yeah, the pizza I think was just, you can't really mess up a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But the salmon, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and I think it really paid off because it was an amazing salmon,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say. The recipe I got was off Nate Rosario's father, and what it called for teriyaki sauce. Then it was a couple drops of liquid smoke, which liquid smoke smells awful. Oh my god. It
You
smells
were talking
so
about this in
bad.
class earlier.
I've never heard of liquid smoke.
Oh, a small little bit of it is delicious. Like a couple drops. Any more than that, you'll ruin the dish. It was.
Yeah,
it
didn't
was
you
so
say you
good.
put in like a capful or something?
Yeah, it comes in like a very small bottle, so the cap is just like. Very
Oh,
small,
it's
not
very
that
small.
Big.
Kind of like a couple centimeters wide, maybe like half an inch.
Yeah, like half an inch. I think that's giving it a little too much, but yeah.
I was just trying to put context to your gesture.
Yeah. Because when I'm on video here, no one knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah. It was a very small amount, but it stunk up my whole house.
You were mentioning that in class today.
That's
That's funny.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it obviously, I loved the taste of it. It was amazing. I marinated it for about 6 hours, 3 on each side, and I think it turned out well. I don't think Maya was able to taste it, because she didn't get the good parts, and I made 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for context, today Ty brought us lunch and we all ate his dishes. So we all like know what they tasted like.
Which I'm a little mad at you guys, because I had to park my car.
You
I
didn't
left-
tell us you wanted to take a photo. I'm sorry, we were trying to finish before lunch.
Oh.
Bro, yeah,
Yeah, I was out my.
So a little information here. There was no parking at school like always in the parking lot, so I parked right by the door so they could get the food, bring it in. I parked my car. I get back in less than 2 minutes. The food is destroyed. There's very little left, and
To be fair, you're at a lunch table with me, Maya, Nick, Nate.
I kind of just
Yeah.
grabbed my food and
Yeah.
disappeared. Whoops.
I mean it's whatever.
I'm sorry, I have a photo. I can send it to you later.
It's
It's not the best, but it's a photo.
It's something, but yeah. Basically, I will say the salmon, which I actually was surprised about, came from Elton John. I was not
Yeah.
expecting him to be a salmon man.
I can kind of see it though. Like, it seems like you'd have like fancier kind of taste, like salmon can be sometimes.
Here's another part of the interview. Here.
I'm not a fan of red sauce. I have a thing with red sauce. You know this.
Why didn't you tell me? You should have let me know, because I do forget often. I could have made ranch.
See, I didn't
could've
think
made
about it,
chicken.
and I was already asking you to make salmon because that's my favorite. I wasn't gonna like mess with like your pizza recipes and stuff. I was gonna let you do your thing.
I mean, good thing, because I would have been screwed. I would not have
Exactly. So
But you know.
yeah, all in all, the food was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still
better than any school lunch. Just
Yeah, I
saying.
have not been like that full after lunch.
I was
I-
eating.
like, whenever
I was
I eat it.
eating my lunch into 5th hour.
Yeah. But there was I only took a couple bites of my own food because it was gone from you guys.
Seriously?
Dude, I got like a bite of salmon, a bite of
Yeah, I snatched like part of salmon because everyone kept eating salmon. I'm like, this is mine. I'm taking this.
We only ate like half the piece I got. There's still a bunch in there.
Yeah, and I had one slice of pizza. I have had
I
nothing
had
today.
I had one slice of pizza. Okay,
Oh, no, Ty.
I had
I
one.
mean, I'm full, so I don't mind.
Okay, honestly, our lunch table ate more than me and Maya did. I had one piece of pizza, like a little, like a third of one of the salmon fillets,
Oh yeah.
because everyone kept like trying to grab at the salmon. I'm like, I'm gonna take this before it's all gone. And then I guess I did. Me and Maya split the pasta in half, though we did ask you how much you wanted of that beforehand. So
I mean, I was fine. What I found interesting was when I initially tried tasting the pasta, like when I first put in the noodles and I was starting to mix it up, I thought it was too buttery.
it was kind of buttery.
Yeah. Because I put a bit more butter than I thought because I put too much heavy cream.
Yeah.
I knew that instantly.
So you were trying to balance it out, and it just
Yeah.
didn't work.
I tried balancing out. It didn't work. I made such a mess. Oh my god. had
I
to go
bet
home.
making 4 different dishes.
That's all, folks. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, maybe even leave a comment. Once again, if you kind of like this kind of new kind of content, please let me know. Maybe I'll try doing this for the very last episode I make with the beef Wellington. But yeah, check out JHS Communications, which is both for YouTube and podcast. There's amazing people on there that makes amazing content, like all kinds of trouble with Trinity and Maya. But I just want to say thank you again to the people who I got this from Nate's father for the salmon, Cooking with Babish for the Alfredo, my dad for the kebabs, because that is kind of like a family recipe that we have. And then finally, for the pizza, thank you. 2 years of working for Mrs. Pizza. Thank you. It was very fun. And I had so much fun with this episode, honestly. It was so much fun, even though it was chaotic at so many times. It was so much fun. And please, once again, check out the rest of the clips and the podcast at All Kinds of Trouble with Trinity and Maya. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day.